Hello, my friend. Are you ready for the next installment of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty? I am excited to share with you my thoughts on September 6th and 7th. Now, I've gotten a couple of comments that the audio was a bit low in the last two, so please let me know if that's fixed. I cranked it up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and get right in. Where are you? There you are. 21 Days of Beauty. I'm thinking about picking up the glow wand today. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think I might, but I don't want to pay, $6 shipping for a $12 product. I might just do like one of those pick up in store things and then just go grab my mask and run up there. All right. Besides that point, let's talk about Sunday, September 6th. So let's start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. When you click on the shade range, it does look like a really nice gradient. Of course, anything can change when you go into the store and actually try things on in actuality, but it definitely looks like they've made an effort to really run the gamut of light to deep, so that's really good. Let's go ahead and pop down to the ingredients because the ingredients are really interesting on this. So we have a base of water and then silicone. So this is considered a silicone-based primer, even though it does start with water. That's a whole nother video though. We do have some glycerin in here that is going to pull that water from the top of the product into the skin. And then we have this cocktail of amino acids down here, which is really neat to see in a foundation. They typically will hydrate and or moisturize the skin. So it's nice to see like a stab at skincare in a foundation. I would never use this as straight skincare, like as my only skincare, but it's really nice to add on just a little bit of extra hydrating and moisturizing into your skin, into your routine. I did purchase this at one point, but unfortunately the shade I bought was wrong and I never had time to go exchange it. So I'm just sitting with a foundation that's the wrong shade. I should just pass it on, see if I can find someone that can wear it. But because of that, I don't remember what I thought of this foundation. So if you have tried this foundation, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments. All right, let's go into the next one. Okay, so these pop up every year, some variation of these Pericone MD cold plasma products. There's 9 products here, so I'm not gonna go real deep into each one. One thing that's good is everything does appear to be fragrance free, so that makes me happy, and especially for people that are looking to avoid using fragrance in their skincare. The whole line is targeted at people looking to slow the signs of aging with peptides and moisturizing ingredients and hydrating ingredients. But I've found when looking at all of these ingredients lists that they are all quite similar. They just have some different ingredients thrown in there in order to target certain things. So the one for the neck has some ingredients that'll help with discoloration. The one for the eye may have some ingredients that may depuff. So for me personally, if I were going to get something from this line that does look really nice for hydrating and moisturizing and anti-aging, but the ingredients are relatively repetitive and I like a little bit of a mix-up in my skincare routine, so I personally would probably just buy one of these, whichever one I wanted to target, whichever hole I saw in my personal skincare routine, and I would get that one and I would probably just skip the rest. All right, Clinique eyeliners. Okay, so we've got 3 pencil eyeliners and 1 pen eyeliner. The quick liner for eyes, it is a very basic formula. The only things in here that I would even note are the pigments. So there's carmine, which is made from crushed bugs. It's a red pigment. And then there's something called bismuth oxychloride, which I know is it's a scratchy pigment, so it irritates some people with sensitive eyes. So if you've had irritation to eyeliners, eyeshadows, things like that, bismuth oxychloride may be one of the things contributing to that. So, and I know some of you know that you're sensitive to bismuth oxychloride, so that's why I wanted to mention it. Going over to the quick liners for eyes, Intense. It looks kind of similar to the last one, but it definitely looks like a softer formula with some more oils and just softer ingredients in general. And the pigment notes that I had on the last one with the bismuth oxychloride and the carmine are the same. So if you're looking for something that's a little darker, something that maybe you could smudge a little bit more, there is a little smudgy tip on the end, and maybe this one would be the better choice. Personally, I am a liquid eyeliner pen person. This one actually looks really nice when you zoom in on the brush tip. It looks beautiful. The reason why I like brush tips is because they bend to the eye. Since your eyelid is curved, it bends and it makes it really easy to put on. I've never tried this one personally, but I do think the brush tip looks very nice. There is no bismuth oxychloride in this, but there is carmine. And then finally, we'll go into the high impact custom black kajal. The reviews are really mixed for this one, where there were quite a few people saying that it was very dry, but then there were quite a few people saying it was creamy, so I don't know if there was like a bad batch or something, I don't know. Some people say that it stays all day, and some people say that it like mushes and flakes. I don't know. It's because mushing is a problem, and then flaking is a completely different problem. The reviews are all over the place on this one. Again, it does have carmine and bismuth oxychloride in this. And then the last thing on this day is the Kakadu C. This is the Intensive Vitamin C Peel Pad with ferulic acid and vitamin E. Okay, this is a very confusing product to me in the ingredients and the direction pairing. So you get 30 pads, and they say that you can use it daily. So if I click on the video, you can see that you take the pad out and then you unfold it and then you just rub it all over your face. And they say that you can use this every day, but then when we look down at the ingredient list, the second ingredient after water is glycolic acid, and that is an AHA chemical exfoliator. AHA chemical exfoliators, their job is to kind of break up the bonds of the skin cells on the top layer so that your dead skin cells can slough off, and it's really good for your skin. The problem with them is if you have it in a really high concentration, it can be very irritating, such as like the Drunk Elephant Baby Facial. That one wrecked my skin. It's a 30% glycolic acid. But if you get used to it, it's absolutely fine. And it being the second ingredient, I was really concerned about it. But then I read the reviews and there were people saying, this isn't intense at all. This is, really weak. I don't even wash it off. Because they say to wash it off after 1 to 3 minutes. But people were saying that it wasn't even intense enough. So I'm imagining that there's a good bit of water in here, and I have no idea how much glycolic acid is in here. So even though it says it's okay for sensitive skin, I'd say that even if you've used a chemical exfoliator before, maybe check with your dermatologist first and start off with 1 to 2 times a week to see how it goes before using it daily, just to make sure. I also want to mention that there's rose water in here, which is basically a distilled essential oil. I mean, there are some things that could be good in it, like it could be a good antioxidant, it could be a good antimicrobial, but it also has potentially skin sensitizing fragrance components in it. So it's up to you on that one. There's also lactic acid in here, which is another AHA, but that one is more gentle. In the middle of this, there are antioxidants and moisturizing and skin soothing ingredients. It looks very nice, and it does appear to be fragrance free. I do think it's kind of odd that they tell you to wash it off after 1 to 3 minutes, because a lot of the ingredients that are in there, at least from my research, seem to need to sit on the skin for longer than that in order to do something. So I don't know. It's just weird to me. It definitely looks nice at 50% off the price point if you're looking for chemical exfoliation, but I am a bit confused about the directions and the concentrations and whether they match. I don't know. I wish that they disclosed how much glycolic was used in the formula, because I feel like that would be good information for people to have so they would know whether they want to leave it on their skin or not. So if you've tried this, let me know what routine you use. Do you follow their directions and wash it off, or do you leave it on? I'm super, super curious. All right, let's move on to the next day, which is September 7th, and we have quite a bit on this day. All right, the Too Faced Natural Palette. So the first thing you need to ask yourself, which is the obvious question, is do you need another natural palette? Do you actually need this in your life? I personally don't need them, but that being said, when I went to go visit Emily Noel 83, she had just gotten these in PR not long before, and she loves this line, absolutely loves it. And the reviews are fantastic as well. I did read some reviews that with the face palette, there were some shades in it that were very highly pigmented and maybe too deep for lighter skin tones. So you just have to kind of decide whether that's right for you or not. All right, these Dermablend powders, these were the exact same ones were on sale, I believe, last time they had 21 Days of Beauty. The thing that's interesting about these is the ingredient lists are extremely basic. The Dermablend Loose Setting Powder is just a jar of talc. It's talc with a little bit of pigment in it. People do say that it controls shine, it's long wearing, it lasts well. The negative reviews say that it tends to settle into fine line, or that it cakes up, or that the jar packaging could be messy. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's just an extremely basic product, but that means that it might be better for more sensitive skin, because more ingredients lead to the potential for more allergies. So I don't know. You just have to, look at it and decide. If you look here, it does come off white when it first starts. So if you do have a deeper skin tone, you may need to blend a bit to get that white to disappear. And I don't know personally whether or not it does disappear completely. Some of the reviews said that it did. Some said that it didn't. So let's go over to the banana powder. Speaking of that, very accurately represented, the banana powder would probably be better for medium to deeper skin tones. Overall, both of these products have very good reviews. So if you're looking for a very simple, basic setting powder, then these might be ones you want to look into. Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Plus Global Anti-Aging Cell Power Cream. Oh my gosh, so dramatic. This does have some very interesting ingredients in it. So you can see that the target audience for this is going to be anti-aging concerns. But when you look at the top of the ingredient list, it is quite basic at the very top. But that doesn't mean that it's not effective. When we start getting down to the more active-y kind of ingredients, we get down to the cucumber fruit extract, which is skin soothing. We get down to this Narcissus Zeta bulb extract. And I did look into that. I'd never heard of it. Some research says that it helps with itch from eczema, and another study said that it helped to decrease excess oil production. So I thought that was pretty interesting. The next ingredient that I thought had some interesting research behind it was the lentil fruit extract. It's basically a highly concentrated niacinamide. It is, it's lentil fruit extract, but there's a lot of vitamin B3 in this. So anything that you see as far as the benefits of niacinamide, that would be in this as well. Specifically with this, the science studies on this say that it can minimize large pores and also tighten the skin. And then there's tons of other different antioxidants, moisturizer, and hydrating ingredients, and it really does look good for anti-aging concerns. There is some fragrance unspecified down here, so that's kind of a bleh, why, but it really does look nice, like a nice product except for the fragrance. Two more products, the Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleansing Gel. Okay, in my opinion, based on my research, there's no such thing as an anti-aging cleanser. The anti-aging ingredients really need to sit on the skin in order to be effective. The only thing that would make this anti-aging is that it wouldn't be stripping of the skin so that it wouldn't further dry out the skin and cause skin to age faster. So anti-aging meaning that it doesn't have things that age your skin quickly, maybe, but actual anti-aging ingredients probably won't be effective in a cleanser from my research. The second ingredient in here is the sodium lauryl sulfate. And if you are anti-sulfates, of course, this is something you're not going to want to get. I am personally not anti-lauryl sulfate. I try to avoid sodium lauryl sulfate. That's the one that's a lot more harsh. Sodium lauryl sulfate, for me, it definitely is a great cleanser for me. It works really well and it doesn't dry my skin. But I know some people with sensitive skin do not like that ingredient, so keep that in mind. There are a couple of other mild cleansers in here as well, so it really probably is a very effective cleanser. It does have some salicylic acid in it, which is a BHA. Its job is to clean out your pores, and it is a product that does work in cleansers. There is the glycolic acid in here. Again, it is not going to do anything. You're going to wash it off and it's not going to have time to do very much magic while you're just washing your face. There are a ton of citrus oils in here like lemon and grapefruit and lime, but you are washing it off, so it's not sitting on your face as long. That's kind of up to you. It also has unspecified fragrance and other fragrances. It does look nice at the $20 price point, but I would never buy this at full price. It's not magical enough for a full price, but maybe at $20, it's fine. It's probably a nice and effective cleanser. And then let's go to the very last one, which is the Philosophy Micro Delivery Exfoliating Facial Wash. I'm not a fan of Philosophy skincare. I have never found anything that I thought looked good, and this one is no different. The first ingredient is water, and the second one is diatomaceous earth, and that is put in cleansers as a physical exfoliator. If you Google search diatomaceous earth, you'll find all kinds of fun things about what it's used for. It's basically made from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms, which have turned into silica, basically. So according to This is part of my Google searching, the National Pesticide Information Center. There are a ton of uses for this ingredient, including toothpaste, and they even put it in some foods and drinks. They put it in medicines. They put it in paint. They put it in water filters. A lot of people use it for farms, for pest control. In skincare, it is a harsher physical exfoliator similar to pumice. It is a very gritty texture. It's got orange peel extract for an essential oil that's in there, which I'm not a fan of, limonene. But again, it's going to be washed off, so it's really not big of a deal. And no other ingredients that really make this stand out. Other than that, it's a relatively basic cleanser. It doesn't look very interesting, so I would definitely skip this one. I'm not a fan of harsh physical exfoliators. They can create micro tears in the skin. I am a huge fan of using chemical exfoliators rather than physical exfoliators because it's just a more gentle way to slough off dead skin rather than scraping it off. If you're talking about, the backs of your feet, that's one thing, but your face is a whole nother thing. So that is it for the 21 Days of Beauty for September 6th and 7th. I hope that you found this helpful. Please leave your thoughts on any of these products and help out in the collective brain if you can. Mad love to you, and I will see you for What's Up in Makeup tomorrow, and I will see you for another one of these in a couple of days. Have a wonderful weekend. Mad love to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.